Today we go back to an often forgotten old drink, the old-fashioned. Enjoy!
Well, Jeffrey, here
Hi,
we are
Cindy.
again. We're going to make another cocktail.
Here we are, Giggle Water Chat.
It's good to see.
Which episode is this? Have we lost count?
I've lost count. I've lost count. When we first started way back, almost a year ago
It was
almost a
that's
year.
That's right. We've almost had a year anniversary.
Who knew we would be able to find enough cocktails to go.
We had plenty to drink about, don't we?
Yeah, and that we would have that many stories to tell.
Well,
that we could tell.
Well,
That's the problem. It's not that we don't have stories, but it's whether or not we can tell them.
She gives me that look sometimes when I start talking, and I know not to go there. Well, today we're going to talk about a drink that was the first time I had the drink was in a bar when I was in San Francisco, and I got so excited about this
I went to visit him, and
Cindy was coming to visit, and I said, I've got to find a place I can take Cindy that's, that is comparable to some of these hoity-toity bars that she took me to in New York City. So I was like going, oh my God, what can I do? And I met a friend at this bar. He said, why don't you come to blah, 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 the Pied Piper. He said, why don't you come to the Pied Piper at the Palace Hotel in downtown San Francisco? And I said, that'd be great. So I walked in, and I was sitting at the bar, and all of a sudden I looked up, and there was this painting.
It's like a mural.
It was a mural across the back of the bar, and I was going, this looks so familiar. And I was going, what is it? And then I asked the bartender, and he said, well, this is the sister painting to a bar, the King Cole Bar.
King Cole Bar
in New York City. And I was going, oh my God, I've got to bring Cindy here. So that's
because we had been to the King Cole Bar on more than one occasion. And I spent I had a cocktail at the King Cole Bar every Christmas Eve while I was. So Jeffrey said, I'm so excited. I'm going to take you to this bar. I'm going to take you to this bar.
I was so excited because I was going to get to show her something.
And he wouldn't tell me what. And I walked in and I'm like, oh my God, that really kind of looks like the painting of old King Cole. And he's like, yes, it's done by the same artist, and it's the only two murals that he ever did.
So it was so much fun. So we had a great time talking about that and the surprise and the mystique of coming to the bar. So, but while we were there, I decided to do something new that I hadn't had before. So I ordered an old-fashioned, which is a classic cocktail, which it was like Cindy said, I can't believe you've never had an old-fashioned before, So, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It was a new experience in a space and a new experience in a cocktail. So today we're going to make an old-fashioned.
So what do you know about the old-fashioned?
Well, there are lots of stories about who created it and when it was created, and nobody seems to agree. But the bottom line is, you sort of take the basic components and then mix it however you want. So originally it was made with rye. Made with rye. So we're going to use bourbon today because there are lots of people who make it with bourbon. Some people put a lot of bitters. Some people don't put many bitters. Some people put cherries. Some people don't put cherries at all. Some people put sugar. Some people don't put sugar at all.
You just kind of figure out what taste you want. So.
And so I think that's one of the things that really we're hoping that you will take away from what we're doing is that there are some things that are basic ingredients to certain cocktails, but you're the one that's drinking it. So you need to make it however, if you need a little bit more, a little bit less, make it to your taste. We're just trying to give you a basic. That's kind of what
your son Adam, her son Adam is a bartender, and he taught us to, you start with the recipe and then you kind of change it and you add things to it, take things away, but you have the actual little recipe and
then you make it your own. So that's what we're going to do today.
We definitely make things our own. So are we ready to go make an old fashioned?
Let's giggle with an old fashioned, and you guys come and join us, and we'll show you what we're going to do with the recipe for an old fashioned.
Right, let's go giggle. Hello, here we are.
Hey, let's make an old-fashioned.
Oh my God, this is
our
so good.
iteration of an old-fashioned. As we already told you, there are lots of different ways that you can do it. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to put 2 sugar cubes, because we're making for 2 sugar cubes in here.
Okay.
2 half slices of orange. 2 cherries.
cherries.
And you can just use maraschino cherries like you get in the grocery store. We're using bada bing cherries because we like bada bing cherries.
Bada bing, bada bing. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
And then a couple of dashes of Angostura bitters.
Dashes.
Okay, now muddle all of that. And I'm going to let you muddle this time because you had me muddle the last time we muddled and it didn't work out so well.
There we go. Muddling.
And I'll start to pour, see if this doesn't tip over. I'm going to do that. So we're using bourbon instead of rye. So it calls for, we're going to use 4 jiggers of bourbon because
Smells so good.
because we're making for 2. So. And we're using wild turkey. It's nice and potent.
So how much are we putting in?
We're putting in 4 ounces because it's called for 2 ounces per cocktail. Okay.
Muddling up a little bit more.
Yeah. And then let's put some ice over in here.
Okay.
And then if you'll just stir it to get it cold.
Is there a proper way to stir?
Yes.
Which is?
Make sure the back of the spoon hits the rim of the.
I just get too excited and just wanted to start stirring so that it gets
Okay, so I think that's probably mixed really well. And then we're going to pour it in the glasses.
Served over ice?
You do, so I'm going to put some ice in the glasses as well. I like these.
Seasoned ice.
This ice because it's flavored.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there we go.
We put a little orange garnish and there you go.
And there you go. Here's our version of an old fashioned. So cheers to you.
Yum. Let me just taste this.
Ooh, that's really.
That is tasty.
It's really potent
And
and
tasty, too.
Potent and tasty too. I'm going to put my little cherry down in my glass so I can.
Okay, there we go.
There.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's have another sip. If I can still walk, it's going to make me start giggling.
Yay!
My Lord, this is good.
So please continue to subscribe and please ask your friends to subscribe. You know, we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers and we're not there, so.
1,000 would be good.
Dream big, Jeffrey, dream big.
Dream big. That's right. Okay. We love you.
Cheers.
Well, that looked like the perfect drink for these two, all alcohol. Hope you had fun, and see you next time on Giggle Water Chat.